MTN SME Hub. Link to growth. Link to success. Link to the ultimate resource for business advice and insights.
Welcome back to the Big Small Business Show, and today we're dedicating the whole show to your presentations. We all need to learn how to do presentations better. The world's changing, our clients are changing, and therefore the way we present and what we're presenting and how we're presenting needs to change as well. In studio, we've got Oksana Khimych. She is the founder of Simple AF, and she is a brand communication expert. And now we're going to be talking about tools and testing. So what tools can I use to actually put my presentation together, and how can I actually test that presentation?
There is an array of digital tools and platforms that you can do your presentations on.
Yeah.
And luckily for us, most of them are free.
Mm-hmm.
There are already templates that's been designed with slides in order for you. You can obviously adjust it with your brand identity, with your logo, your colors, your fonts, and so on. But one of those is Canva. That's a winner for overall for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a designer and a publisher, everything all in one. And it's very easy to share if you're doing if you're emailing your presentation. Sometimes presentation can take a lot of space up. You can actually go and watch it live through the link. Another one is Prezi.
Mm-hmm.
And Prezi is very good because it has features that almost others don't have. I like to use that one as well. And of course, your standard Office tools that you have, Microsoft PowerPoint. You can use it online and offline. And in terms of images, what I prefer, which is a free resource, is pixels.com.
Mm-hmm.
They have tons of images in there. And going back to Canva actually has a very good library of infographics, which you would also want to use in your presentation. It has a ton of pictures,
Mm-hmm.
high quality pictures, and it has a lot of elements that you can play with. You can also animate it. Remember, interactive presentation, if you're presenting in person, is very important to make it interactive. So everybody is excited to see it. You captivate their attention and you keep it there. And if you're emailing, try to keep it very short, very concise, the least slides possible. And in fact, my suggestion is in any emailing campaign, especially if it's a cold call, have a presentation that is one page. You attach it to your email, and the rest of the presentation is in the link. That if you captivate attention of a receiver with your one pager, they will want to go and learn more from the link.
They'll click on it.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's move to the testing. What do you mean by testing? Is it that I test my presentation with an audience, a different audience first, a small audience, and then based on feedback, then come back?
Absolutely. Testing is very important. We're not going to get into A and B testing and complicating marketing tools, but very simple thing of going to your friends and family and asking their opinion will already give you understanding of what general public view of your presentation is. One can say, hey, it's very boring. Why is there only black and white? And the other one will say, hey, but it looks very sophisticated. So you have to gauge feedback, and you have to adjust your presentation according to that feedback first. That will be basic. Important part of testing is to see if your general audience understand what you're trying to say. If they cannot understand what the presentation is about, you have to go back to the drawing board. You have to, again, think how I can make it simpler, how I can make it more appealing.
Yeah, and in that, to ask the audience, how do they interpret that as well? Because they might think that they understand, but
That's
they
a
don't.
very good point.
They're not understanding the same way that you are intending.
That is a very good point. It's a very good technique to actually ask your audience to explain back to you what is the product about, what is the presentation about. Another step for testing, once you've done it with the general audience, go to your peers, go to your colleagues, go to people who are in business actually, and ask their opinion on your presentation. Do exactly the same routine. You ask for comments. Do you understand? Repeat it back to me. Do you have questions? If they have no questions, it's a problem.
When I build my first presentation, I will test it with one person, my wife, and then when I go into the market and then I do the presentation, I listen to the questions that people are asking. And if the question was in the presentation, I realize either I didn't communicate it or the slide didn't. Is that something?
That is something that is very important when you building your slides. You need to make sure that your speech, your physical presentation corresponds with the presentation on the screen or on the paper. In fact, your presentation on the screen should enhance your delivery, not to distract from it and not to overwhelm it as well. Because now I'm looking, I would like to listen to you when you're doing presentation, but now I see beautiful slides and I'm trying to figure out what is that picture. So if it is a presentation that you're doing live, that slide should not have more than one sentence on. And picture should not be distracting. If it is something, and it's very important to make your presentation so it is appealing once it's on the table or on the screen. If it doesn't look professional, if it looks like fifth grader did it, you lost the client.
I just want to ask one last question. You've put all the work into your presentation. You've done all the graphics, etc. You're in a competitive bid. Your client says, can you just send us your presentation? Would you send the presentation or would you not?
I would absolutely send it. And I would be very proud if they copied it.
Thanks, Oksana. And that's all we have for today. Today was actually an incredible masterclass on how to put together a presentation. We as entrepreneurs are constantly having to present our ideas, our business, our products out there. And a big thanks to Oksana Khimych for all of her help today. That's it for today's show. Do remember, if you think it, write it down and make it a reality.
The Big Small Business Show, proudly sponsored by MTN Business.